When I was a kid, I had a best friend. His name was Ben. We played together on our t-ball team when we were little, but we really became friends when we were in the 3rd grade. The things I remember about him are all blurs now. He was not like anyone else in our grade. He was so smart. He liked writing stories and being funny, and he liked things that no one else in our school knew about. He would write short stories that I could never dream of. He showed me his favorite book series that quickly also became my favorite. He would tell jokes I had never heard before. I would listen so intently to everything he said. He always had something new to share with me. He had what sounded like an accent, but he just had trouble speaking. He told me about how he had hearing issues which could have possibly affected his speech. He had to take speech classes as a result, teaching himself to manipulate his mouth muscles in ways that came naturally to all of our peers. He eventually got to graduate from speech classes, and I remember it being a super big deal for him. I was so happy and proud of him. The way I saw Ben was unlike how I saw anyone else. He was so cool to me. His family was from Canada, unlike my very Midwestern home. His parents liked fine arts and would take me along with them to theater shows, unlike my very sporty, non-art-oriented parents. And he had a tortoise. I just had plain old dogs. It was all magical to me. After a few years of loving theater but never having seen a professional show, his family took me with them to go watch a play. We drove downtown, saw the city, sat down in a giant amphitheater, and got to experience the wonders of live theater. It was one of the funniest shows I'd ever seen. The sets, the costumes, the performances, everything was top notch. I remember feeling so bad about myself compared to him. What did I have to offer? I did not have a cool place that I was from, no parents who cared about orchestras and live performances. I could not imagine how he could enjoy my friendship when I could see nothing worthwhile about myself. I was always worried I was just a bore, but something that my mom told me has always stuck with me. My mom said that at one point he told his mom that he had always dreamed of having a friend like me. I could not believe it. How could someone say something so kind and mean it? It felt weird to know what he said and for him to not know that I knew, but it was something I held on to, something to remind myself that friendship and admiration goes both ways. We used to send each other letters in the mail. It was fun. One time he even sent me a postcard from when he was visiting his family in Canada. We remained good friends off and on until we reached the end of middle school. His family had to move 10 hours away for his dad's new job. We still wish each other happy birthday and send occasional letters, but we have grown up and grown apart. I still think of our friendship fondly. I hope he thinks of me similarly. Writing this story and looking back on this friendship has made me reflect a lot. Through writing, I've been able to dissect this part of my life which I greatly ignored and realized that I was feeling very sad both then and now. I was sad then because I felt inferior, and I'm sad to think back and realize how insecure and upset I was at the time. I loved my friend and he was very kind to me, but I still had so many negative feelings towards myself. If I could talk to my younger self, I would say that you need to be kinder to yourself and give everyone some grace. People value you and love you for who you are. It is important to have trust in your friends. It is rude to always assume others see the absolute worst in you. Self-hate is a very hard thing, but it can be overcome through love and patience with yourself. Finally, I would tell my younger self to let go and enjoy the time with your friends. It's not all so serious. Go play and explore the world with those you love and admire.